Right, so new Hearthstone expansion finally got announced during a BlizzCon line. It is forged in the Barrens, and I don't think there's a release date on it yet, but my God, this logo looks amazing, and honestly, this seems really exciting. This happening with the core set, plus they announced the new game mode. I'm going to be going over all of that really quickly in a brief overview and my brief thoughts on everything that's been revealed so far. So first up, we got ranked spells. So like if you play WoW, you know, you get a spell and then you upgrade it later, becomes rank 2, becomes rank 3. Now they got that in Hearthstone. So that's pretty cool. The new keyword is Frenzy. Frenzy is effects triggered the first time a minion survives damage. So on a rush minion, this seems very easy to activate. We'll see a card that does that relatively early on. But you know, if it's a 5 health minion and it doesn't have rush, maybe it's easier to deal with, and the Frenzy isn't as active. Because Frenzy is a thing, I think Broomstick might be seeing even more play than it currently does. We got legendary mercenary minions here, 10 new powerful minions of the Horde and Alliance. This just seems cool. Mercenary minions. I don't really know what that entails. Maybe they're just going to be memorable characters from the Hearthstone, or sorry, the World of Warcraft lore. So there is this trailer. Oh God, I'm scared of DMCA, so you can watch it. It's pretty cool. I'm glad it's not a musical again, personally. So here's one of the new cards, offering of the Oasis. We got Blade Master Samuro. Can I click it? No. Okay, it doesn't do anything. 4 mana, 1/6 Frenzy minion with Rush. So he deals damage equal to a minion's attack to all enemy minions. So this would be insane if you buff him up. And there's a lot of ways to buff this guy up. Pulling a Rush minion and buffing it. A lot of current warrior decks run that. So I think this is going to be an amazing card. The stats don't look that crazy, but again, buffing it up could make this insane in some sort of like hand buff deck or anything like that. So it'll rush, hit a minion, assuming the minion doesn't have 6 attack and this survives, it's going to do a whirlwind essentially to the entire board. Sorry, to enemy minions, not to the entire board. But yeah, this card looks good. As a 4 mana 1/6, is it going to be played? I don't know, but if you can buff this thing up easily, then it's definitely going to see some action, and definitely could be a sort of tech card in the right situations. Against Rogue right now, we're seeing a lot of things that just have 1 health and hide and stealth. So this would be great for dealing with wide boards. So we got some new features. First up, the ranked spells. Do they show it here? It's kind of hard to see, but yeah, the spell gets stronger. It's rank 1 at 0 mana. At 5 mana, it becomes rank 2, and then at 10 mana, it becomes rank 3. Then we got Frenzy here. Here's the Razormane Raider. They're going to show it here. He goes out, he slaps this thing. Maybe. Oh, he takes damage with a minefield. Oh, pretty cool. So he does that and then he hits. Does it keep working like that? I guess it's just, yeah, the first time it's hit. Okay. Wow, that is sick. And then we got mercenary minions. So here we got Brucon, nature spell damage +3, making the landslide even better. Oh my God, that's insane. So that's another thing. They added classes or spell. What are they called? Like spells are different things. There's like arcane and fire and nature and stuff like that. So all the old spells are going to be changed to have that. So here's the pre-orders. Here we have the normal pre-purchase in addition to the mega bundle. So yeah, I'm sure I'm probably going to be giving some of these away, not right now, but yeah, definitely, you know, these are really cool. Expensive, feels bad, but they are good value if you plan on playing the expansion. So let's look at the new cards we have so far. So they're only showing 4 cards on the Hearthstone website, which is not accurate. Let me move this around. All right, so we got Brucon, a 4 mana 5/4 legendary shaman card here with nature spell damage +3. So this will only affect your nature spells, but it seems like most shaman stuff is going to be nature. So it'll probably just help most of your shaman stuff. The stat line is okay, but that +3 spell damage, pretty insane. Using this and then some lightning bolts to your opponent's face could be a pretty fun thing to do, assuming lightning bolt is still gonna be in the game. That might be changed with this in mind. The next card is Chain Lightning, rank 1. Well, this is the rank 1. Deal 2 damage to a minion and a random adjacent one. Upgrades when you have 5 mana. So this is nature, and it just hits one minion, and then it'll zap to one to the left or right of it randomly. Can hit stealth targets on the bounce, so that's pretty cool. Did they show the rank 2? Here's rank 2, 3 damage, and rank 3, 4 damage. And what's cool about this is you just happen to you happen to have 5 mana. You don't have to spend anything to make this a little bit better, right? So 10 mana and 5 mana for rank 2 and 10 mana for rank 3. I think that's across the board. We got Blade Master Samuro, 4 mana, 1/6 with the rush. We talked about this already. So you slap something, does some AoE, really cool. And then another neutral legendary. Everyone actually gets this for free. I think right now, like you can log in and you get Shadowhunter Vol'jin. 5 mana, 3/6 with the battle cry. Choose a minion, swap it with a random one in its owner's hand. This is kind of exciting. Could suck, could be good. And because it's going to be playable right now, maybe, wait, does this might be able to pull like a Moarg Artificer or Il'gynoth? Like that'd be pretty cool, because I hate OTK Demon Hunter right now. So a little bit of hand disruption, this sounds like, unless I'm reading this wrong. Seems like it might be a good card, a good tech card, good in certain situations. Actually, it's almost just like a sap in a way too, right? Wait, no, is this a neutral sap essentially on a stick? I mean, it does swap it, so it could screw you, but just thinking about this, I'd have to see this in action, but that looks like a really good card the more I think about it. Okay, they kind of updated the website, so let's look at these other ones. We got Peon here, a 2 mana 2/3 neutral with Frenzy. Add a random spell from your class to your hand. Pretty fun. Makes it so your opponent kind of has to kill it all in one go. Exciting card. Randomness, kind of going to be annoying at times, but I feel like this card is not that great. It does have a decent body with a cool effect, but I don't know if you're actually going to want to run that unless there's some incentive from running a lot of Frenzy minions. We got Mankirk here, which is deep in lore. Mankirk's wife, 3 mana 3/4 Spider Tank body with the battle cry. Help Mankirk find his wife. She was last seen somewhere in your deck. And we got Olgra here, Mankirk's wife. Seems she's dead. And it casts when drawn, and then it summons a 3/10 Mankirk who attacks the enemy hero. Pretty cool. It's gonna cast Mankirk hits the face, and then I think you draw another card immediately. So he's a 3 mana 3/4 that'll at some point hit your opponent's face. Pretty good card here. I'm liking Mankirk, but maybe you just don't end up finding the wife. Sometimes you just... Okay, all right, so we got Razormane Raider, a 5 mana 5/6. Is this a 5/6 or a 5/5? They showed a 5/5, but here it says 5/6. So I'm gonna assume this is correct since it's on the website and they probably made the video before. But attacking a random enemy. Stats aren't great as a 5/5. As a 5/6, it's a lot more enticing actually. So maybe this will be good. Throwing this down, hitting it with a whirlwind, hitting it with a, I don't know, the minefield, or just sticking this with the broomstick or something. Going to be okay. It doesn't seem amazing though. I'm really interested to see the core set and new cards, but yeah, it could be not bad. We do have Sunscale Raptor here, 1 mana 1/3 Beast Hunter rare card with a Frenzy. Shuffle a Sunscale Raptor into your deck with permanent +2/+1. This could get really out of hand, really reminiscent of the Hunter quest, the first Hunter quest, where you'd shuffle all these Raptors and get Carnessa and all that. So really cool flavor. Excited about this. I think I'm gonna like messing around with this. The fact that it shuffles with a permanent 2/1 is kind of insane. But I guess maybe you just don't end up drawing that. No, this is gonna be a fun card. I like this, and it's a 1 mana 1/3. Like a 1 mana 1/3 is amazing stats, and then with that upside becomes a 1 mana 3/4, and then just constantly goes up. You just hope your opponent doesn't end up screwing it. So maybe you end up running this with your own rapid fire and hitting it, so it guarantees it goes in your deck. Druid of the Palm, 7 mana 7/6 beast for Druid here. With Rush and Frenzy, transform into a 6/7 Kodo with Taunt. That's insane. Wait a minute. Oh, that's insane. So it's Rush, as long as it survives, it's going to turn to a 7/6. So it's like, it's removal in addition to a huge Taunt. This is a very good card. Very good, right? Removal and a 6/7 Taunt for 7 mana. Wow, this looks really good to me. This looks incredibly good. It is expensive. Maybe a slower beast or a big Druid would be fun. There's not a lot of big Druid. It's all just like Ysera and ramp and guardian animals and stuff. So I would be excited to see sort of a big ramp Druid like the old days. So we got Imp Swarm. This is a rank 1, 2 mana Fel with summon a 3/2 Imp upgrades when you have 5 mana. This is interesting. 2 mana for a 3/2, pretty good. 2 mana for 2 3/2s, really good. And then 2 mana for 3 3/2s, really good. Not very good to use on turn 10, but for the value of a 2 mana card seems solid. So this seems good, and it's Fel. Interesting. The first Fel card we've seen. I wonder, or is like Soulfire gonna be Fel? Maybe not. Probably not. That'd be fire, right? Soulfire. Not bad. Maybe we could see this in some zoo sort of decks. Also pretty good with Plague of Flames. Is that rotating? I don't even remember. All right, we got Spirit Healer, a 4 mana 3/6. After you cast a holy spell, give a random friendly minion +2 health. Big body. After you cast a holy spell, so it's like a priest or paladin card mostly. Are the Librams like holy? Hopefully not. This seems decent in priest, some sort of tempo priest. I do hope some sort of tempo priest happens, because it seems like they're pushing that archetype and just nothing's happening. So this will be interesting for sure. We got Desperate Prayer, a holy card, 0 mana. Restore 5 health to each hero. Kind of reminds me of Armor Vendor. Armor Vendor, sometimes you just don't care if you give your opponent armor because your game plan is to just survive. So Desperate Prayer, very similar to that. And then Priest, kind of just annoying in general, right? So Desperate Prayer, seems like they're still going that control priest direction, which is fine. Why does it say there's 0 cards? Okay, so yeah, we got the mega bundle for 80, the smaller bundle for 50, 80 packs in the big one, 60 packs in the small one, 5 golden packs in the big one, 2 random golden legendaries. Wow, 2. Battlegrounds perks, alternate hero, card back, and in this one you just get 2 random legendaries, non-golden, which is still pretty good. Wasn't it normally 1? Am I tripping? So that's solid. We also have this Book of Heroes. Seems to be the next thing. Is this rogue skin? Really cool. Good rogue skin. I like it. Not bad. I think I prefer the Lunar New Year one, but whatever. Okay, this seems like a card that wasn't yet on the website. A Strength Totem, a 1 mana 0/2 at the end of your turn, give another friendly minion +1 attack. Is this a totem from your hero power? I surely hope so. That would be great. Wow, that would actually be really good. Strength Totem. Okay, I like this. I do think they need a rework on their hero power. I know Overload got a rework. There's actually so much going on. I didn't even see this yet. Vanessa Van Cleef. Rogue Legendary, 2 mana 2/3 with combo, add a copy of the last card your opponent played to your hand. This seems really good. I like this card a lot. The flavor is really sick. Vanessa Van Cleef. And then it's got the Spider Tank, a River Croc body, and that combo is good. You can play it at the right time when your opponent may mess up, and your opponent actually maybe has to keep in mind that, oh, maybe that Vanessa, I want to play in this order instead of this other order. So there's going to be a way to play around her. So really cool, actually. Novice Zapper, 1 mana 3/2 shaman card with spell damage and overload overload 1. This is really good. 1 mana 3/2 is solid, plus it has that spell damage. I feel like this would be good as just a 3/2, so the fact that it has spell damage makes it quite good. I think we're going to be seeing a lot of this. You can hold on to it until later and just use it as some sort of burn synergy, because 1 mana 1 spell damage is no joke. Overload does seem like it got a rework here. I don't know if I'll be able to find them, but I know they redid Lightning Storm, Earth Elemental, and I forget the other card, but Overload seems like it's actually going to be worth the overload now. So that's very important. 1 mana 3/2 on turn 1 is bonkers. Sludge Slurper as a 2/1 has been kind of really good. You can exert a lot of pressure. So I think Novice Zapper is going to see a lot of play, and Overload sometimes could be used to your benefit, right? We got Fell Soul Jailer here, a 5 mana 4/6 demon for Warlock. With Battlecry, your opponent discards a minion, Death Rattle, return it. So this is cool. They don't just discard a card, they discard a minion. And the stats on this, they're not bad. They're not amazing. 5 mana, 4/6. It's just it's not great. You can also discount this, right? Or is that might be a Demon Hunter card? But pulling this with like free admission or something, and then throwing this out as a 3 mana 4/6 that kind of disrupts your opponent. They have to deal with this. It's really, really good. The Death Rattle, it's pretty nice. It's just a little bit of disruption, but it might not be permanent disruption because they can, get it back after they destroy the jailer. But yeah, this card looks really exciting. Beautiful flavor here. I like this a lot. Overlord Runthak. 5 mana 3/6 neutral legendary with rush. Whenever this attacks, give +1/+1 to all minions in your hand. That seems good if you're running obviously a minion based deck. You gotta be getting at least 2 minions hit by this, I think, in order to make it worth. But a 5 mana 3/6 with rush, it's a bit proactive. Hopefully it removes something. I like this card. I like it a lot. And you can kind of combo this with that one card that does the AoE thing. I don't know the name of it yet, but if that gets +1/+1, now when it hits your opponents and it survives, it's gonna do +2 to the entire board instead of +1. So this seems solid. I like it quite a bit. Maybe you run this in zoo sort of decks. So yeah, looks exciting. Got a priest card here, Thrive in the Shadows. 2 mana, discover a spell from your deck and it's Shadow. This is incredibly good. I think it might be a little too good. Being able to find the spell you really need. Maybe you're looking for that Soul Mirror, maybe Plague of Death, and you haven't drawn it yet, but you draw Thrive in the Shadows. This kind of worries me. I think Priest will continue to be frustrating to play against. There's so much going on, so much to cover. They did nerf Allura, it seems like, from 4 to 5 mana. This might actually be live right now, just slowing her down a little bit. Other than that, it seems like nothing has changed. But yeah, Allura getting bumped up 1 mana. So you got one more turn before the tip, which is pretty good. I personally wasn't seeing a lot of Ramp Druid anymore. It was frustrating for a while, but it seemed to have tapered off. But this definitely is going to make it so I see even less. So for core set updates, they did show us these 3 dragons. We got Ysera being reworked to just add 1 of each dream card to your hand, which seems insane to me. Seems way better than the other Ysera. I mean, the other Ysera wasn't seeing play because it was too slow. This is gonna give you a lot. If it gives you a dream back in your hand, you can actually go infinite Ysera, which means you're not going to be doing a lot on your turn. But if it's a super slow matchup and you can afford to do it, you could just Ysera, dream it back. Then you have 4 or whatever, the dream cards minus dream plus Ysera is still in your hand. We got Malygos here, 4 mana 4/12, sorry, 9 mana 4/12 with the battle cry, draw spells until your hand is full, getting rid of the +5 spell damage. But this is a really good battle cry. A little bit slow maybe, but maybe you have a bunch of cheap spells. Maybe you got lightning bolts, maybe you're running in mage, you got arcane missiles, you got all this cheap stuff. So you can Malygos, pull out the cheap spells, and then maybe throw out a lot of spell damage, and then just destroy them with your hand full of spells. So that's pretty cool. +5 spell damage, RIP, but it was kind of problematic. It seemed like maybe really hard to build around because there are just so many different ways to cheese different Malygos builds. We got Deathwing, 10 mana 12/12 with the battle cry, destroy all other minions, discard a card for each card destroyed. This makes it actually good. Maybe you have 5 cards in hand, your opponent has 2 massive minions, you play Deathwing, you hope it doesn't discard those 2 cards that you just don't want to discard. And the fact that it just doesn't destroy everything, maybe use this as a single target removal. If your hand is empty, it kind of just works like the old Deathwing. So it seems really good. I think this might actually see play. So really excited about these reworks. Mostly bummed about +5 damage Malygos, but I feel like that kind of had to go. It was just, again, problematic, and it always seemed like something would happen where they'd play a bunch of Malygoses, hit you with a couple Moonfires and like a swipe or something, and you're dead. So I understand. So this is kind of interesting. And I do feel that the new Ysera might actually end up being problematic unless they rework how Dream works or what the Dream cards are. Maybe they rework Nightmare or something, but it does seem like there's going to be a lot of different ways to kind of cheese with this. This is one example people have already thought of, which is you play the Ysera, you have Note Taker, Bluegill, and Wind Fury. So you play it, get the stuff back, you play Note Taker, you play Bluegill, you give it Nightmare, which is going to give it +5/+5. You dream the Note Taker back to your hand, you play the Note Taker again, and then you go double Nightmares on top of the Bluegill yet again. Then you give it Wind Fury and it hits face for what is that going to be? It's 34, right? Am I mathing wrong? Is 17 twice? So I mean, that might be fun and interactive. Maybe they do rework the dream cards or make them so they're at least a little more expensive or something like that. Maybe just getting rid of dream itself. This I think this is called dream, right? Where it returns it back to your hand for 0 mana. Just reworking that card alone might save all of this. But yeah, that's about it. I think I tried to cover everything. There's so much to cover. I feel like I must have missed some stuff. And I know like the classic cards, the core set or whatever, core set stuff got reworked. And I couldn't even find images of Earth Elemental, Lightning Storm. Earth Elemental went down on Overload. Lightning Storm made it so it did 3 damage to everything. And again, I forget that third card that I did see, but hope you guys enjoyed. Really excited about this. This is going to be a huge shakeup. Like I feel like the meta is going to be completely different. So, God, I'm ready. And oh, I didn't cover Mercenaries. All right, so real quick, the new mode is Mercenaries. I think it comes out in phase 1 or whatever. As far as the video on it, it does seem like it's going to be kind of like Slay the Spire-y. They really didn't show too much about this, but they said you get to choose heroes and well, I guess you get a team. You battle through highly replayable missions where the map is randomly generated every time you play. Each node represents a unique challenge for your team to take on. So yeah, sounds just like Slay the Spire-y, which I love Slay the Spire. Hopefully it's as good, and I'm personally hoping for a different visuals than normal. I'm kind of bored of like Battlegrounds looks just like Hearthstone. Hearthstone looks like Hearthstone. Classic Hearthstone looks like Hearthstone. I mean, it's all Hearthstone, so it kind of makes sense, but I kind of want something that feels a little different. So maybe like some 2D art, kind of like Slay the Spire. Personally, I would love that. Be a lot of work, but it'd be like a totally different game. That's not Hearthstone, but whatever. All right, so Year of the Griffin here. I don't know if Griffin alludes to anything, maybe like an alliance-y sort of stuff. That's kind of Griffin-y, right? We got phase 1, all this stuff. I'm not even going to talk about it, but most exciting to me, of course, we're getting the rotation. We're getting the new core sets, a seasonal event, and Mercenaries. They also say balance updates, so hopefully they balance halfway through the expansion or something like that. Are we getting another mini set, or did we already hit phase 1? What does this mean? Is that what that means? And then we have classic formats. Obviously, we're getting classic, so that's pretty cool. But I'm personally more excited about other stuff. Duels update, yada yada. Phase 2, an expansion, another mini set. Okay, so maybe we are. And then balance updates, duels updates, lots of updates. And phase 3, another mini set, a lot more updates, and spell locked. I don't see another game mode, so hopefully Mercenaries is just a really good game mode that knocks it out of the park. Duels was fun for a bit, but it kind of fell off. So yeah, I think that's it now. So they're probably going to release new cards by the time I upload this. You guys will probably see new stuff. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I feel like this video is just kind of like, it's a mess. I'm just so excited kind of going over everything. I feel like it's not very organized, so I'm sorry about that. But maybe you're sharing my excitement. I'm sorry this video is so long. And yeah, maybe I'll actually do card reviews this time. I always just stop doing them. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Good luck on ladder and stay hydrated.